What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the FN Story. Thank you for listening. If you are listening, want quick call out, please give us a rating on the podcast platform that you listen to. But don't want to take any longer. What's going on, Sparebow? Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, how are you, man? I'm doing good. I'm doing great, actually.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Thanks for joining me. I really like the lighting. What is that like? That has to be custom made,
Yeah,
actually.
it is. It is.
Where'd you
It's
get
literally
that?
scribbled on the wall. Uh, I can tell you. I don't know now, but I can tell you afterwards. Like, you have to
Hey,
look up the website. I don't know though.
was not too bad. That those are normally super expensive for like custom
It
lighting.
wasn't that bad. I think it was 200,
Okay, it's not
maybe
bad at all.
less. Because
Oh,
I know Lalem has one, and it's in the 200s, 300s. So it's a lot smaller, I think.
gotcha. Yeah, I mean that would be nice. I put like lights around my
Hmm.
things in the background, but if you guys are listening, sorry, that's a terrible way to start a podcast. I'm talking about something in the background, and none of you can see. He has like a custom Sparebow light behind him, two lights, pretty nice. Um, anyway, so what's going on, man? Like, are you playing the game? Are you enjoying the game? What's going on with Fortnite and Sparebow?
So it's been like a good year now. Yeah, it's been like a good year where I've like strayed away from it. Last year, I'm in my senior year of high school right now. So last year, my junior year, I started like diminishing my playtime, started diminishing a lot. I was playing at times, but like bad performance after bad performance was like kind of like it was just hurting my mental health too much while like trying to balance school at the same time. And since like my freshman and sophomore year of high school, I did like okay, like I was an okay student, and then like the pressure of like going to college kind of came. So I started trying a lot harder, like in school. So a lot of my time was really like getting like taken away from like the amount of time I used to put in Fortnite because I would play Fortnite for like 8 hours a day, like more. And then like during that junior year, I had to focus on like tests. Like near the end of my junior year, I was only doing school. Like I had so many AP exams, so I started playing so much less. But like now that I have a little bit more free time, I'm already in my senior year. I'm almost halfway done. I already got accepted into some colleges. I have like a little bit more time. But starting from like last year, I've been playing a lot less. I've even skipped solo cash cups. Like when
Uh
you start skipping solo cash cups, that's how you know like the addiction is leaving.
oh.
Like the addiction's always there. So I've been playing a lot less, and maybe I do want to like dedicate my life to it again. But at the moment, it's like not really. Like it's whatever at this point.
Yeah, you're a grown ass man. You used to be a little kid. We were just talking
Yeah,
about we did something like 3 years ago, and you look and sound so much different than you used to. So it's cool to see you growing up and now focusing on things outside of the game.
yeah,
So you just keep coming back to it, though. It's like you called it an addiction. It's something that
dude.
you can't shake.
It's an addiction, bro. Because you like at some points you have so much free time. They're like, what can I do? Like there's literally nothing to do at times. Like because okay, like I go to school. That's like half my day right there. It's gone, right? And let's say right now I don't have like a heavy course load. I mean course load. Like I know like my days are like pretty chill. I have a lot of free time after school. So like if I don't do sports, like I know I'm sick, so I can literally only go to school. Like I can't do sports or anything right now. So I literally have nothing to do. Like I have to play the game. Like I have to do something. So I just play the game because that's like the addiction's just there. Like no Fortnite pro actually ever quits. Like it's not possible. It's all a myth. Like you're always gonna come back. So yeah, I'm addicted. Like there's something else I can say.
Yeah, that's a funny point you make, and I think it's true. Every single pro that has quit, I feel like, has played at least one tournament afterwards, and typically it's like the next tournament they'll put out some
Yeah,
tweet, and then it's like, just kidding, I wanted to play one more, and then if you're Miro, you come all the way back,
yeah,
and then if you're someone like Mongrel and Benji, just come back for the big moments. But
yeah.
yeah, is there any like notable? Saf came back. Zate, I guess, is like the
State is
one.
gone.
Yeah.
Dude, he lives in the woods, bro. Like that's what I heard. He lives in the woods. Like nobody knows what he does nowadays. And then Stretch. The thing is, Stretch. He comes back like randomly. Like the season ends, and then you see it stretch tweet live, like coming back, but it's always a lie. But who else? Nanolite, he came back
Yeah, he's
as a
casting
caster
now.
now. Yeah, he's casting now. Um, what else? I feel like considering anybody that's ever quit, they've always come back.
Yeah, Bizzle's quit a couple of times. He still plays. Um, yeah, it's interesting though. Like the problem is the game's really good. And if you like playing video games, it's hard to quit. Like the hard thing is with sports when you quit or retire, there's normally like a physical reason why you're no longer doing it. But with Fortnite, I mean most of you guys that are quitting are
Yeah.
late teens, early 20s, and there's no like physical restrictions. Maybe every once in a while you get hand issues, you gotta wait for a little bit, but then everyone heals up, they come back. It's very, very interesting. I never thought about that beforehand. So you said also you wanted to maybe put your all into this again. Is that something you're debating between going to college and giving this a year, or what's the thought process there?
So like, dude, like whenever I play a Cash Cup, man, like it really makes me realize how bad everybody is. Like it's truly amazing to me how bad some of these players are. No hate to them, but like I watch tournaments like finals, and like let's say I'm watching a team, right? An FNCS champion team, and you watch them play, you're like, wow, they're really bad. No hate to them. It's just like I don't know how they do so good, but they are so dumb. And I talk with this about Felix, my duo, a lot. You know Felix, right? Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like he DMs when he's like, "Wow, like these people are so bad," and you like watch them, like you truly think like, "Wow, they do suck," because a lot of the people do suck at this game, and like I've never had amazing success for many reasons, but I think one of the main reasons I've never found insane success is because I burn out really fast because of my own like my own reasons. Like I literally just like try to commit myself, and I have one failure and I stop. And I feel like that's my main reason for not finding success in this game. But like I really play these cash ups and like, wow, if I dedicated like 6 months of my life non-stop grind, I could become the best. But I say that and then I get into like the process because I've said that many times. Like I'm gonna dedicate my life, and then week one, I'm just miserable out of my life. Like I can't like because nobody plays the game as much as they used to. Like Cooper still grinds in them. Like none of like my friends play the game, and playing this game alone is actually the most miserable thing ever. Like,
Yeah.
dude, solo ranked is the worst game mode ever. I can't believe how bad ranked is. Like, dude, it is so miserable. And then you try to play solo ranked to like improve, and you're just like, wow, I could do anything else right now and be so much happier. But like that's the thought process. Like you have to be miserable in order to like, win. But like, dude, solo arena always wins. Like you never beat solo arena. You always lose. Like
Yeah. I,
you never win.
I feel that so strong. The only one that I know that like for years has been able to just play solo arena is NPen. NPen is like an insane man because he is always just streaming and playing solo arena. Most of the time he's playing by himself. Every once in a while he plays with somebody else. And I get it, like it is easier to stream when you're playing solos because then you're not having a conversation with somebody and then it gets difficult. Like, do I talk to chat? Am I muted
Yeah.
one way or the other? Just it's easy, right? You talk to chat, play the game. But I totally get that. I was just playing solo ranked when we jumped on this call, and it's fun for like a few games, and then after that you're like, why am I doing this? I didn't enjoy these last three
Yeah.
games, and then you queue up another one and it's like, why am I doing this? And you queue up another one. um it's not what it used to be. I feel like back when it came out you could easily find like 3-4 people on the game, and the Fortnite OG, it did bring back some friends. I play with some people I haven't played with in a while. Nonetheless, they'll be gone, right? Those
Yeah,
people
no
will
doubt.
leave in a couple of months. Who do you play the game with mostly? Is it just Felix, or does he even play anymore?
Dude, it's actually tough, bro. So it's me, Felix, K-Burbs, and then some guy called Kuza, right? That was like the main group, and I was playing the game, good amount, like 4 months ago. I was playing the game hard because I had a friend group. Because Felix came back, K-Burbs came back, and then this other guy called Kuza that we know, and then we play 2 seasons together, like that group, and ultimately ends up in failure for many reasons. And then we couldn't handle it. Like everybody just like died. Like Felix, it's because school started again. So Felix went to college. I mean, he's been in college. But like that took up all of his time. K-Bur's also in college. Me, my senior year of high school. So literally, all my friends quit the game. Like Felix never plays anymore. Like he hops on every once in a while. Like I DM him like, "Yo, Felix, like what happened?" Like I'm not like what happened. Like how you doing? He's like, "Too much schoolwork, can't get on." Or K-Bur's like, dude, K-Bur's is actually like, he's just living life, bro. Like good for him. Like. I'm happy for that kid. Like that boy was so addicted to the game, and like he like kept failing. Like I'm happy he got out. He wants to come back though. We all want to come back for the next season if it's good. But literally all my friends quit the game, and even if they are back, it's really hard to play the game. Like it's just so hard. Like scrims, dude, they are so miserable. Like I'm saying a lot is miserable, but like. Dude, Arena, I already said my thing about it, it's just so bad. And then scrims, nobody tries. And that's more of a problem with the community right now. I feel like nobody cares. Like scrims are god awful because people don't care. And then also the quality of players. Like I'm not saying we should have tier 1 players in every lobby, but like since most tier 1s literally don't play the game anymore, like they're just so good at the game from like always being good, and like that like skill gap it just never like gets smaller, it just always gets bigger. Like they don't really play the game as much. Maybe like near like FNCS grands where people start scrimming. But like it's mostly like randoms. Like nothing wrong with wanting to grind, of course, but like dude, even if I don't play the game, I can still hop in like a vital scrim lobby and drop like a 20 bomb. Like I'm not even lying. That's not like some egotistical like players are just so bad. Like lower tier players. Like even if me not playing, my mechanics might be bad, but like I'm still smarter than like half the kids that play the game. So that was like the really like the biggest issue I see with like coming back / playing with other people. There's literally nothing to do. And tokens, I really enjoy tokens. Like, dude, that is probably peak fun. Like I was playing for 10 cents, and I'm having the time of my life. Like, dude, they are so fun. Cause even though you're playing for 10 cents, you want that money so badly. Like, you can't lose that money. Like, dude, I played for like 3 hours for 10 cents one time. It was worth it.
Oh
I won that money. It was worth it. And now that there's literally no tokens, and then if you do find tokens, it's just cheaters, bro. Cheaters everywhere.
Bro, it's wagers. You can call them tokens, but
Oh
they
yeah,
will
facts.
continuously get shut down by. I saw somebody else. I don't even know who it is this time creating some website, but
So stupid.
idiots will not learn. They'll spend all this time and money creating a wagering website, call it something else, and then Fortnite will send them a nice little knock on the door. Here's a cease and desist letter. If you don't, we're suing you, and you just wasted a bunch of time. It's interesting. So there's a couple of things I kind of want to unpack there. One, would like to go back to you calling the FNCS championships and like the good players bad. I need to know what the hell you're talking about there.
I'll explain that. So look, like, obviously every FNCS champion, at least on NA, is obviously good. Also every region, but like I'm saying, like NA kids, they're obviously all very good. And obviously I'm not an FNCS champion, so they deserve that if they won. I'm not taking away that they're dedicated, but I'm just saying that some FNCS champions are like just stupid. That's like they deserve the win, they're just very stupid at times. Like, let me try to think of like a good example that won't like people won't get mad at me.
If you're about to call someone stupid, I would be surprised if somebody
Actually,
doesn't
look,
get mad.
it's chill because Daryl's literally the greatest player in the world, like controller player in the world. But I've watched like his cash cups. Ooh, actually, I'm good. Yes. Look, now I can say it. Mero is the greatest player in the world, right? But he's so good that he can be stupid. Look, Now let me explain that thought process to the people that are gonna call me stupid for saying that.
Okay.
So there's a point where you're so good at the game, like Vico. Vico is so fucking good mechanically. Am I allowed to curse on this?
Yeah, you are.
Vico is so good at fighting. It is insane. You watch this kid, and you're like, wow, like this kid is nuts. But he is so good that he can get out of bad spots because of how good he is, like fighting wise.
Yeah, that
Did
makes
you
sense.
see that clip that Vico is like, I have a refresh, and then he dies?
I
Well,
don't know what you're talking about.
there's this clip of Vico that's like he's back zone, like dude, zone is all the way deep. Like it's a moving zone. They have good mats, they're stacked, they're on a good stack. But Vico's just deep fighting, like back zone, fighting a full duo. He's like free refresh, and then he dies. Like, why are you doing this? And Meryl's the same way. I was watching their Cash Cup 2 seasons ago, maybe 1 season ago. I forgot. I think it was last season, and it was a finals, and they're just so good at getting out of bad spots. Like they put themselves in bad spots, but since they're so good at the game, they can just kill somebody. And I guess that like it cancels out. But I think the perfect way to play Fortnite is to not put yourself in those spots. Like perfect Fortnite is literally not killing anybody. But I'm old, so like what can I say?
Yeah, you're trained by like Zayt and them
Yeah,
back in the day.
like perfect Fortnite is literally having max mats going to endgame without killing anybody. And like that's the way I've like Felix has taught me, and they taught Felix, so Felix taught me that perfect Fortnite is going to endgame with almost max mats. And I feel like I've accomplished that in my IGL journey and also playing with Felix that we can get into endgame with max mats. And a lot of teams have actually learned that. Like Pink, very good team. Like Pink Vico. Vico's actually learning very fast. But many teams don't hold that. Like Queasy Vino also. Great team because they're so good. They're actually smart. And that's the thing. All of FNCS champions are very smart. But then there are the players like Mero, which they're just so good mechanically that they can be in bad spots and still get out.
Well, and I
And that's
think one of the pieces is the like innate understanding of constantly playing the game the
yeah,
right way, as far as like positioning in the box, movement, edits, and that allows you to, even if it's not like the right macro play, they're always
yeah,
making the right micro decisions within whatever's going on, which helps a ton. But it is interesting that you say that because there are players that do get away with just being so good they don't have to
yeah,
play. I guess the way is like how we see the game played,
yeah,
right? They get to play how they get to play, and there's very few like Vino. When Vino was first coming up, he was very much a player that just did whatever the hell he wanted because he would run through anybody that stood in his way. Now he's completely changed to, all
yeah,
right, I know how to win games and is really good at that. So it's an interesting dynamic, and I feel like most players that just play at like a base level don't understand the like small intricacies, because when I was speaking to Trulex actually, he said one of the most difficult things and one of the things he prides himself most on is what you just mentioned, getting yourself to end game with a good loadout with mats so that way you can play however the heck you want to play.
yeah. That's that like that's to me though. That's my opinion, and that's why I say I think if I truly dedicate myself, it's obviously all talk. If I truly dedicated myself to like a year of my life, like constant, that's you have to be a robot to do that though. Like constant grind for a straight year. No, I don't want to finish that thought. I don't like it. I feel like that's like so. That's like so crazy to say. Like if I dedicate my life for a full year, I don't like that because I feel like something always could happen to you and you can't like do that. But I think I could be one of the best. But um, fuck, I just lost myself. Oh yeah, back to the. A lot of these people suck just because they don't play the game how I think it should be played, and you like see the decisions they make, and you're really like, wow, that was like a really bad decision. Like you shouldn't have made that decision. But like it ends up working for them, and that's why I think that if I like dedicated, I could be like one of the best. But there are many FNCS champions that I think do deserve it. I mean, even if you what I mean, they still deserve it. but there's like not as good FNCS champions. Like I think Vino, Queasy up there, Rise Yamso up there, Kami Seti, literally perfect Fortnite. Like they are the definition of perfect Fortnite. Low ground, they barely get kills. They play crazy strats mid game. Always good on search, never kill anybody. Like they are perfect Fortnite. Like if you need any team to watch them. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Like Mero's just so good at fighting, and he's actually gotten a lot smarter recently because I have watched his like VODs. I think he's gotten a lot smarter. Cooper has gotten smarter. But like if you watch him last season, dude, bro, he just edits on people. Like he's just so good. Like it's actually insane how like good these kids are nowadays. And Cooper's story is nuts, bro. 3 seasons ago, he was literally nobody. Like, good for that kid. Like, when I saw him win that FNCS champion, I was like, wow, like, good for that kid. Like, I was actually like happy in a way. I was like, damn, good for him.
Yeah, it really shows you that like you can, if you can find the right people to play with, just enjoy grinding and play the game a ton, like you can become one of the best. And I feel like Cooper's ascension has almost came out of nowhere. Like you saw him starting to do
Yeah,
better. I think he played with Nani back in the day, and then like, okay, that kid was actually pretty good, but it didn't work out between the two. And then
yeah,
somehow he gets to play with Miro, and all of a sudden those two are a powerhouse. And now Cooper's on top of the world. The kid's just killing it.
yeah,
It's interesting because that pathway is what makes Fortnite special. The fact that like literally anybody can figure it out and make it and then win at the biggest stage. So I feel like that's like a huge marketing point now for Fortnite of
yeah,
like, yo, look at this Cooper kid. Before this year started, he had like $5,000 in earnings, and it was spread out throughout a bunch of different events. And
yeah.
now, boom, wins the biggest event, biggest stage, which is also crazy. The kid didn't have nerves. He did, but like you don't expect those first time people on lands to be able to succeed, or at least I don't. I feel like it's what you
Dude,
got.
I'm sorry. This comes back again to Mero is literally the greatest player in the world. Like, I'm not even lying. Like definitely up there on the greatest players in the world right now. But dude, he is crazy. Like the FNCS that they called for Copenhagen, Mero carried. Like everybody can agree to this. Mero, Cooper obviously helped, but Mero is just was so good that he had like a crazy amount of solo clutches. I remember watching, and like he had like a couple solo clutches by himself. Also, Cooper had one, but like, and then I feel like when you get to a LAN environment, there obviously are nerves. Like I've had nerves competing, but dude, like there's just so much adrenaline in your body that like nerves don't exist anymore. Like they were definitely in the zone. Like that zone is hard to reach, but like, there's no doubt they weren't in it, bro. That performance they had was so crazy. Like I know when Cooper was solo clutching, I know how much adrenaline that kid had because I felt like stuff like that, dude. Dude, you like it is the craziest feeling. Like you feel so good, and you finish that solo clutch, you stand up, and you're like, wow, like nerves disappear in that moment. You're like, wow, like what have I just done? So like there obviously were nerves, but also playing with somebody like Mero, where like they're obviously older, they're a lot more calm, has experience. I think nerves kind of disappear when you have like that person also. So he obviously had nerves, but I don't think it was that bad. Mostly for his first time.
Yeah, Miro is such like a cool, calm, collected guy too.
Yeah.
So he did say like after the first day, Miro talked to him and was like, "Yo, calm down, we got this," and it was helpful for them to have a multiple days of playing in order to go to those finals. So it's cool to see like the older veteran just welcoming in the young guy and taking him under his wing, allowing him to make mistakes on the first day, so that way on the finals day when it's most important, like you're playing your best. And it seems like that dynamic worked really well for those two, which is awesome. You keep calling Miro that I'm like obviously he's the greatest controller player of all time. I think there's no doubt there. Like I don't even know who would be a close second. Um, but there was a lot of debate after they just won that Miro is like the GOAT now. I hate asking this question, but I'm gonna ask this question. Like, where do you see him compared to like the Boogas, the Taysons? I guess really just those two. And Cammy's another one. Like, do you think Cammy's up there yet?
Dude, I mean, King's also up there. Booga's up there. Mero has to be up there now. I don't know. Okay, look, the thing about Booga is like he's obviously very good and definitely one of the best of all time. But like recently, like Invitational, like that was a bad performance. Like they were all I think they were contested during Invitational. I think. I'm not sure.
I don't remember. No, I
I'm
don't
not
think so.
sure. Okay. Hopefully they were. Like let's say they were because I
Oh, they
think
had part of their loot path taken. So
ooh,
they weren't
okay.
like fully gone, but they were getting like chipped away at.
Yeah. So we're gonna blame someone that, but like they had a really bad performance. And then he obviously won back to back FNCSs, but obviously this is all the NA region. And then when we look at kids like Queasy, Vando, Tayson, Tayson has slowed down a little bit in the recent like months, but I still think he's like regarded one of the best. Because he trolls now, that's what I see on Twitter. He's like always trolling, like he doesn't really play the game. Which is understandable. But like Cammy, dude, he has it's not even Cammy alone, it's both of them. Like you can't say one of them. Like they are both so equally like good. And I'm saying that because they just win. Like Cammy doesn't play solos, I'm pretty sure though. Because I remember
Smart.
Seti doesn't. I remember Seti talking about that. Cammy doesn't play solos because he can't handle it. I could be wrong though. I'm pretty sure I saw it while I was watching a stream. That Cammy literally hates playing solos. But I feel like you can name one of them and not both of them. Like if there is a GOAT, it has to be both of them. They're like the same person, bro. I swear
So
they're so good. Like
one thing there, Cammy won Gamers 8, which is 0 build, so like
ooh.
slight knock. And then when there was the DreamHack solos, Cammy got first, said he got second. So it's like if I have to put one above the other, because I'm not
Yeah.
going to take a cop out of naming the two, I'm going to
Mhm.
put Cammy above. But granted, I've been watching Seti for so long, and like it's been almost 3 years. He's been one of the best tarpers in the world, which no one really cares about when you're talking about skill level and all this stuff. But the way that guy navigates an end game and puts his teams in position is insane. So it's like I get what you mean. Like you're not gonna have Cammy being as good without Seti, but at the same time, you have to. I don't. There needs to be levels
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it.
If I watch more of you, I'll probably have a good word. Like I watch you like a good amount, but like I don't know these people. Like Boga, I don't know either, but like I'm like it's Boga. Like I'm an NA player. Like that's the only player I have to watch for you in my lifetime. Like I want to say GOAT has to be. I'm gonna say Meryl wins another FNCS. Hands down, GOAT right now. If he wins another FNCS or major event, because Boga, that World Cup win is just so monumental. Obviously, Boga's had the crazy perform like back to back FNCSs. Like obviously crazy, leaving him number one, and then Tayson, obviously hardest region, definitely below Boga just because Boga's NA, so Tayson has to go below him. And I don't really know how EU works, but they say it's the hardest region, so I'll believe them. So he'll go number two, and then Mero. Mero's number three just because Tayson, but I think if Mero wins another one, then he goes above Tayson, and then maybe above Boga. Like, it'll just they have to see how it goes. But Cammy could be up there. Cammy could be a hidden pick. It really depends. Like, I think in a year we'll know.
I,
Like, like a dedicated GOAT. Like, no discussion. Because Cammy obviously could win, but if Meryl wins, like Meryl, 100%. Like, I have him locked into win another FNCS. Like, I feel like he can do it.
I think the only reason he wouldn't is if he doesn't play them. Like that's the only way that he doesn't win is if he decides
Yeah,
not to play. If he plays like 2 more years, I would agree with you. There's just no way this guy that's
yeah.
won now 5 FNCSs.
You know, tied at six now. I think he's tied at six
Oh yeah, it is
with
6
Arco.
because it's the in person one versus the online, and
Yeah,
also like the I guess the knock on some of these players, like Cammy has not really won, so I feel like he's like right below in that second tier. I'd put Queasy in there as well. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's not something I've thought about, but when the conversations came out after global championship, I was like, nah, there's no way he deserves to be in that conversation. And then I gave it more thought. I'm like, big land win, most FNCSs on the region, has been consistent for like 3 years now. Like, I don't know what else he could do that besides obviously win another, but
Yeah.
even still, that's the same thing. He's now just doing the same thing that people have said. I don't know. I kind of hate the GOAT conversation, but I also love just like thinking it out to I feel like it's good for the game and for the like recognition of these top players just to be like, okay, yeah, you guys all deserve to be here.
I don't really think it works with Fortnite. Like, it's because obviously when there is an international LAN, like it works. But I feel like instead of saying GOAT, like obviously being the greatest player of all time, like is cool and all. But I feel just having like a category of the best of all time is better. Like Queasy, Veno, Tayson, Bugga, Mero, like them, they're 100%. Like Say quit too early, can't call him the GOAT. Saf quit too early, can't call him the GOAT. People like that we can't call GOATs. Even though they might have been the greatest of time, can't call GOATs. But like that group of people I just named, I think them being in that group is like the best that can be. Like obviously, like LeBron, Michael Jordan, that's 200%. Like you can't say anybody but them two. But like we kind of don't have that because this like NBA, okay, points, rings. Here like we do have rings, but cash cups, game modes, like Meryl's well rounded. All four modes, always been good at. Solos, duos, trios, squads. Like Tayson, good at solos. Well, there's a lot of like tier one pros that really hate solos. Like they won't play solos. Like they might be good at it, but like those just start trolling. Like it
Yeah.
really just depends.
Well, the one thing, so the UFC, besides John Jones, now that he's come back, has kind of had like a view where it's the best player, or not the best player, like the most dominant person in their position at their weight class during
Mhm.
an extended period of time. And that's really how people are looked at, of like, okay, this was the most dominant person in this weight class for 2.5 years, and
Mhm.
that needs to be remembered. And then it's not necessarily like, oh, George St. Pierre versus John Jones versus I don't even know who else you may put up there.
Yeah.
Makachev, not Makachev. Um, Nurmagomedov.
Khabib,
Yeah, Khabib. That's it. I was gonna struggle with his last name. Thank you for that one.
low key. Wait, sorry. State is the Khabib of Fortnite. Think about it. Retired too early. Like
Yeah,
low key.
dude, and the sport could really use him, and now there's a bunch of his disciples running shit
Yeah.
all over the place. Although I don't know that's true anymore. Like, I don't know that there's like this Zate generation like there is the Dagestanis in UFC.
No. Yeah. It's now the Cooper generation of only of that. Like that's like my idea of all of them. Like they're all just Coopers. Like it's like all like mechanical crackheads that like are just making montages. I don't know. That's my idea. Like this new generation, like go kill stuff, like make a wall, like shit like that. I don't even know.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I like to keep it just like in my brain. There's the most dominant player during periods of time, and I prefer to look at it that way. Although it is good for like the fucking around, just
Yeah,
saying who you
100%.
think the goat is. All right, so you're not actually ever coming back. You're just gonna play the game occasionally and mess around.
There's
Say
no
you're gonna
doubt.
come
Like
back every once in a while, throw up a
the thing
stream.
is, low key, like if I'm gonna do it, it would probably be next season, if the season is good, of course, because I'm basically done with school, and then Felix wants to come back, Cambridge wants to come back, so I have a friend group again. So if next season is good, there's a very high chance because then I have so much free time. Like I'm literally gonna have nothing to do. Like I can't sit in bed any longer. It's actually driving me insane. So I will be coming back.
So you say a good season. I feel like every season people are hoping for a good season, and then as soon as it comes out without giving it a real chance to develop, people trash it. And that's a regular cycle for the competitive players. Is just immediately first day, first 2 days, the season's trash. It's terrible. So one, what's the last like good season that you think there was, and then what would make a good season for you?
So like I'm very flexible when it comes to seasons. Like I'm a Fortnite player. I have to adapt. If I don't, I will be miserable. But like last season, it's just the Rocket Rams. Like it would have been pretty like tolerable. I just really didn't like the idea of Rocket Rams. I feel like they kind of ruined the game. Like playing height was like wow. Like I can't believe there was an item that would literally break everything. It was like the boombox. Like who thought of this? But it's okay because I still made money in the last season. But like I'm pretty flexible when it comes to seasons. Like I don't really mind. Like obviously call it bad, but like there's seasons I can very much play. Last season I just really did not like. Like I didn't want to learn an item like that. Mostly with what I had going on. So really next season, if you give me no mobility, I'll be very happy, of course. I love no mobility. Last no mobility medal, greatest medal we've had in so long. I'm a very big fan of no mobility. It makes it so you have to be good at the game. Like if you don't like no mobility, that is your fault. Like they call it it's not skillful. It's fucking skillful. You suck. Mobility gives people the option to be bad. And like launch pads are the stupidest item ever. Because it gives you it bails you out. You put yourself in a bad spot, now you have to use a launch pad. That is your fault. You shouldn't be getting bailed out. But it's okay. Because we play Fortnite. So really next season either no mobility or give me decent mobility. Anything that breaks through modes is so stupid. I actually did not mind crash pads. I think they were kind of good. Like, I don't think they were that broken. They didn't cause that much server lag, I want to say. The mini ones, at least.
Yeah, the
Solid
Crash Pad
item.
Junior.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely solid item. I would not mind playing with that. No RPGs, no mechs, and I'll be a happy guy. I'm fine with that. And also, people do complain about the 2 to 3 days right after the season comes out. But since I play Fortnite at a high level, or I used to at least, you just have to thug it out for like the first 2 weeks. So it's a patch. Because then there's a patch like after the first week usually, like a couple days in, because we scrim, Manu or whoever runs practice at the time tells Epic. Epic fixes it the first week. We get a couple bug fixes, and then life is good for a while. So they add something else. But a good season, really. It could be anything. I'm just hyped to play again, low key. So
Okay.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, I feel like that's the mentality you really have to have is all the people that are immediately bashing it. Like there's going to be players that just play the season, figure things out faster, and actually enjoy playing. So they play more and it doesn't matter what's thrown in the game. So then time first tournament comes up. I mean, how many times have we seen this? Some team starts off incredibly hot and then everyone figures out what they're doing, catches up to them, and then by the time like an FNCS finals comes around,
Yeah.
they don't win because they've shown everything right away and everyone's caught up. So I think there's a fine balance there, and I'm with you. I would love a no mobility meta. I honestly really like cars when cars weren't like destructive. So if we had like a car meta, even though they were terrible for like server performance, but cars that couldn't really break builds, maybe just wood builds or something. And yeah, that would be a lot of fun to watch.
100%. Cars were a great addition. It really sucks they added that much lag. Like, dude, cars were actually like a good addition. I enjoyed cars a lot. There's a lot of stuff I've enjoyed. Cars, definitely one of them.
Yeah, that was what was the last no mobility? Would you
It
consider that the
last no, the last Nobility was 2 seasons ago. It was the FNCS that it was the one before this one was Nobility. I'm pretty sure.
one before like the global championship, so major 3?
Yeah, Major Two had Nobility. I'm pretty sure.
No, major 2 was katanas.
Dude, what season had Nobility?
And major 1 had the hammers.
Was that Major Three? One of them, I swore, season recently had Nobility.
So this one recently had like very limited because they changed the rocket rams from 3 or from unlimited to 3 or whatever it was, and then people just wouldn't pick them up in duos. And then during globals everyone realized, hey, I could just fly through the air and it's so laggy no one can shoot me, so why not
Yeah.
pick these up. But yeah, I guess it was no mobility because nobody actually thought the rocket ramps were worthwhile. The only problem is any kind of destructive mobility you get is not good, and it's not fun. It's I think it's was it Yamzo, Peterbot? I get those two confused sometimes. One of them went through the middle of an end game, destroyed like 500 builds during Global Championship. There's a clip of it, and
I
just
think it was
went through
Peter
the.
Ball.
Who was it?
Peter Ball, I think.
The entire map. Just
Yeah,
every single person's build lands on the other side. It's like, dude, you should not be able to bail yourself out like that, where you just click a button and then instantly are able to rotate regardless of what you've done to that point.
yeah. I don't know, man. Like some of these items, like I really don't know how they think of this stuff. Like it's actually like really like you get impressed. You're like, wow, like this is crazy to think about. Rocket Ram is definitely one of those items you're like, how do you think of this? Like, why is this in the game? Katanas weren't that bad, I would say, but it's because they're limited. The thing about mobility is that rocket rams wouldn't have been, since everybody could get a rocket ram. Like it's okay, like kind of good, but since rocket rams destroyed everything, they're bad. But having limited mobility like that, like launch pads, at least everybody's a fair chance. There's a low amount of them. But katanas, half the lobby would get them, half the lobby wouldn't, which is like kind of unfair in a way. Like it's actually insane how you had to base your whole game plan on killing somebody if you couldn't get a katana, because then if you did, your game would be ruined. So having mobility items that like literally force you to have it or your game is over is bad. I feel like Launchpad's Crashpad Juniors are probably like the best mobility we've had in a while.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think we'll ever get just a simple thing, and
Yeah.
I think so I'm gonna pretend I'm putting my hat on for the person that made the rocket ram. You're like, oh, you use it, and then you have to sit there for a second and a half so that you get punished if you do use it, and then obviously pros play a shit ton and then realize there's certain ways to use it and not get punished. So it's just, I think the problem is people can't test the game as much as the top players are going to try and push anything in the game, which then like you create an item and then by the time it gets to the end of the season, like what was it? I mean, there was the hammer strats with the drop downs. There was the sideways hammer strats.
Oh,
There's just like, there was the hammer, pull it out of your inventory and then piece somebody. So it's all these things that you don't necessarily think are actually going to be a thing when you're designing it. And then all of a sudden, okay, well, now this random person figures something out that I never expected. So it's hard. Like when so many people play the game for so many hours, it's tough to put these balances in. And granted, I think we could play AR shotgun, some heals, and maybe like launch pads, and it would be perfectly fine. That would be me. That would be boring, and I don't know how interesting the game would be and how long it would last. So
yeah.
it's tough. Like I don't envy those people.
Yeah, I feel bad for the game developers. Like I do talk a lot of shit about the game developers. Like I really despise these people at times, but like they have a hard job. Like all honesty, like it's pretty hard to be a like one of these guys. Mostly being one of like the calm people. Like I feel bad for like Cogman, like those people. Like they get blamed for everything, but there's literally nothing they can do. Like hammers, like you literally they can't get rid of them because they're part of the game. Like they're like that season's like cool new items. You
Yeah.
literally can't get rid of them. So you have to like kind of like tweak them enough to where the main like the big people agree like enough. Like hammers got tweaked like their wait time because that's literally all they could do. Because if they do anything more, that defeats the whole purpose of having them. So I would be like do those tweaks. So it's kind of like it's a little lucky, man. Like, but you know we're like 2% of the player base, so like what we say, like why does it matter? Like it's really never that deep. You kind of just have to adapt, and like I'm pretty much of a pussy. Like I could adapt, but I'd rather argue on Twitter to people that won't see. But I'm gonna blame that on my age. But like, give me like another year. I'm 18 now. The world is fully new to me, so I'm not gonna argue on Twitter any longer. When you're
Bro,
mad.
yeah, right. I was doing plenty of dumb shit at your age, so I don't. I'm not in a position to be like, oh, you shouldn't yell at somebody on Twitter. I was doing way worse than that. So, if that's the worst thing you do is write mean tweets to people, I think the world will be okay.
Dude, man, that calm Discord, bro. That's a funny one. Like,
Oh, let's not go there. I've heard way
yeah, let's
too
not go
many
there.
stories,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I'm not gonna go there. I'll
every
talk about
time,
the The open comp Discord, by the way. Open comp Discord.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Uh, every
100%.
time Fortnite seems to extend a branch, or like the pro players seem to extend a branch, it gets broken very quickly. Um, anyway, so are you playing? You're coming back next season. What should we expect from Sparebow? If you had to put expectations on yourself, what are they going to be?
Dude, I've been playing the game for 7 years now, maybe more, or maybe a little less. I think it's been like 7 years now. I was 12 years old, or I was like 12 or 11 when I started playing this game. I've seen a lot. I've had a lot of life experiences, and I have the same issue every time, and it's my mental. Like, it's not my mental like I'll rage off a tournament. Is that like I have like a decent streak of good tournaments. And I have like one bad tournament, and I'm shattered. I'm cooked. Like I can't handle it. Like Felix always tells me this, but like I would never actually listen. But like now I'm coming like more to my senses. Like I gotta stug it out. Like it's okay if I have one bad season because I can't keep getting that cycle where I try my life out for like a season and I honestly do bad because I'm behind, and then I quit the game for a season, and then I do like that process all over again. I gotta stop doing that. And I also have like a very bad mental, like during tournaments, outside of tournaments. Like I do get very mad. Not like I'm gonna hit my monitor or some shit. Like that's calmed down. I got help with that. Always Poppy, shout out him. He helped me a lot. But I would say just thug it out. If I do come back, I'm just gonna thug it out. Like no matter what comes my way, just keep trying. Um, I do think if I fix that issue, I could find some success. I do kind of wanna like, dude. I just need to win something. Like I actually like. I think if I go on, like let's say I keep playing. No, if I keep like let's say I keep living, and I look back on my life when I'm like fucking 50, and I never won anything. At least in this game, I might actually like be so sad. Like, dude, you have no idea about like the amount of times like before like a dream hack or like a major tournament where like I'm in my bed and I'm thinking like I know what I'm gonna say when I win. Like invitational, like those qualifiers, like if I was on like the broadcast I just won, I have a speech ready, bro. Like if I don't say that speech by the time like I'm actually gonna be so sad. Like you don't understand. Like I had this speech planned out. I literally have my emotions ready. Like I know exactly how I'm gonna feel when this happens. Like I've fully thought out. Like DreamHack, every single DreamHack I go, I know what I'm gonna say. Every like, cause I planned that shit out. Like,
Are
but I
you
never
going
win.
to Atlanta?
No way, bro. There's no way. Like, dude, the recent DreamHacks, since they're not hosted by Epic, it's a shit show. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of their fault, but also Epic doesn't give them servers. So like DreamHack. I mean the zero build one, I really don't like zero builds. I hate that mode. It's actually a miserable time every time. And I could thug it out, but I actually can't handle it. Like I can't handle it. But builds though, I'm a very big enjoyer of the builds. But and it's kind of DreamHack's fault, kind of not. Sometimes it's their fault when it comes to like the management, like not being able to give people codes. Like during DreamHack Dallas, people couldn't get into games. Their fault. Also Epic's fault. But this one, I'm also just too behind right now. Like I don't know what's going on in the game. Mostly no builds. Like
Yeah. Well, it'll
that's
be
no
a
way.
brand new season by the time that rolls around, so everyone will kind of be figuring stuff out. So sounds like you're gonna be sticking around for a while, and as much as you may want to walk away, it's never gonna happen, at least until
I'm
you get
addicted,
that
bro.
win.
I'm addicted. There's no way.
That's funny. I hope it works out for you. Is there like you talked about going to college? Is there a plan to do something outside of this? Because obviously you
Yeah.
can't be relying on making it in Fortnite.
So like right now, I applied to Florida colleges because I'm not rich. I'm not about to drop 80 bands on a college. And I get free tuition here because I got like some diploma. I got a scholarship basically, so I get free tuition here. And I'm gonna do computer science just because like I play Fortnite. Like that is literally my thought process behind doing anything computer related. Like I'm not about to be a lawyer and I play Fortnite. Like I'm gonna do computer science just because like I play Fortnite. Like I might as well do computer science. Like they don't really go hand in hand, but like, fuck it, like I might as well.
Yeah.
So I applied to all Florida college. I already got into most of them. I want to go to Tallahassee though, Florida State, and then study computer science there for 4 years. After 4 years, I'm gonna go to grad school, get my master's in comp sci. But if I hit it big in Fortnite, I'll be dropping out because I really dislike school. Like, dude, I'm only going to school right now. Shout out my mom, bro. It's like back then, I want to go homeschool so bad, grind out my life for Fortnite. I don't know where that could have gone. But like, dude, I really like. I was pretty antisocial back in the day. So like, I honestly think I could have thugged it out, like talking to nobody. But like right now, if I did that, I would probably like die inside. But like, plan A right now is just school for now because it's like free. Plan B, Fortnite. Fortnite was plan A right now, like back then, but like stopped playing a lot. So I really do want to. I'm still going to college just to do it, like mostly if I don't have to pay, it's like I can just go.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, like I might as well do it. Like it's not like like I can always fall back on it if I try to go for anything else. But if I don't do comp sci, I do want to become a teacher. Like, it's a crazy career path. But like, I talked to a lot of my teachers on my school, mostly my college counselor, and like, dude, being a college counselor, you get paid so much for doing nothing. Like, or like an SET tutor, dude. You have to become an SET tutor if you want money, bro. Those people drop bags for no. My friend, right? She dropped 8 bands for like almost 4 months of SAT tutoring. 8 bands in 4 months for like an hour a day. Like, dude, that is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I need to get on that. Like,
oh, you need to be able to get great SAT scores. You can't really be middle of the road. I don't know what yours are.
no, dude, I am not a scholar, bro. I'm telling you, I'm a fraud. Like, I have a 23 on my ACT. That's really bad, but it's not like really. It's above average. But due to me trying to like apply to like good schools, I am literally a fraud. Like, there's like no reason I should be getting accepted. Literally because of Fortnite. I'm not even lying. Fortnite kind of made or broke me. Like, Fortnite actually made me because my resume for schools. I wrote my main essay about Fortnite too, like my personal essay for these colleges about Fortnite. So Fortnite low-key saved like my academic life. Like these kids are seeing because like Fortnite computers are like, oh my god, we need this guy in our college. Also because of events I've participated in, like I've helped like a lot of charities like play Fortnite tournaments through charities, like help them. So I just put that shit on my resume, like, oh my god, like this guy, like we need him.
Have you thought about playing for a school? Because now schools are starting to offer scholarships for Fortnite.
Yeah, I actually wrote my University of Central Florida, like, UCF. They actually said I got into there for their Fortnite team. Like I wrote my essay about esports. They're like, oh my god, like we need this guy on our team. But I don't know. Those like esports teams, I don't know what they do. Like it's because Fortnite though. Like Fortnite, you don't have to be in a team. That's why.
Yeah.
Like if I played Rocket League, like it makes sense. But then schools don't really get scholarships for Fortnite because like we don't really do much. Like you don't really have to have a team. So yeah, well, dude, I am so hyped for collegiate Fortnite cups though. Like, bro, I'm about to bag out. Like,
Probably
I'm
are
actually,
one of the better players because like anyone that's a notable pro typically wins those things.
yeah, I'm actually so hyped, bro. I've been dreaming about this for years. Those collegiate Fortnite cups are mine. They're all solos. Like, dude, the second I get to college, dude, I'm gonna go crazy. You're gonna see, bro. You're gonna see tweets of just wins everywhere. Like, fuck, I am happy for those.
And
Like, I wish.
Then you can give out your speech.
Yeah, no, but that's like fraud, bro. Like, I need to win something big. Like, I gotta be in that desk with Kelly. I only know her name as Kelly. Like Monster, like all those people, and they're gonna give you the mic. They're like, "How are you?" And I'm gonna one tear down my eye, speaking, like giving my motivational story.
No,
like, wow.
No leaking the speech yet. You gotta save it.
So yeah, but I'm ready, bro. Like I'm telling you, like it's gonna happen. Like manifestation and shit. And I'm gonna say that speech, and people are gonna be like, "Wow, like I need to follow this guy and give him money," and I'm gonna be like, "Thank
you." All right, that's a great way to end this. I love that. All right, dude. What else you got going on? Actually, we just talked about that. Where can people find you if they want to follow Sparebow?
Sparebow on everything. That's literally on everything. Like there's no numbers. It's literally just Sparebow. It's on my wall. I don't know if you can see it, but it's on my wall as well. It's up on my shirt. It's just everywhere. Like just look up Sparebow and you'll find me. I don't really tweet much anymore. I'm not really active on anything. But if you want to find me, I'm there. I tweet rarely. I'm a niche micro celebrity. So yeah, that's it.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciated
Thank you,
you
man.
coming on. I think you'll have a ton of fun in college. It's an awesome time.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Some of the best years of my life. So I would recommend doing it, at least trying it. If it's not for you, especially because you got a scholarship, like there's no harm.
yeah.
Um, if you had to pay 40 grand a year, maybe that's a different thing to think
I
about.
wouldn't
But
go. Yeah.
everybody at home, thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed this one. Make sure to go check out Comp Awards FN. We have the competitive awards for 2023 coming up soon. So check those out. A lot of big things coming. Appreciate you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.